Yo, what's good, everybody? This is your boy Big Guns. I'll give you guys this video. Before we begin, I want to invite you guys to subscribe to my channel, to my YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button and follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and follow me on Twitch. If you follow me on Twitter, you're gonna get an announcement every time I come in and play on live on Twitch. And if you got a PS4, we could game together. Just send me an invite. Let me know. Hey, I saw you was playing online and I want to be part of it. And sure, no problem. We could game. Right now, I've been gaming a lot on Battlefield 4 and getting the hang of it and beginning to get attached to it, and that's good. That's a good thing, because that way I break away from Call of Duty spell, you might say so. But that's not what I want to talk about, really. Like the title say, Lucha Underground. If you haven't heard about Lucha Underground, Lucha Underground is a promotion, a pro wrestling promotion that was founded that originated from Conan. It's a kind of like an American version of AAA, that is in Mexico. Conan is behind that. If you remember Conan, he was a Mexican wrestler back in WCW. Very, very popular guy back in the days. And he went to Mexico after WCW was done for, and he began a promotion on his own called AAA. And now AAA is like kind of like the WWE in Mexico. It's like huge. And he brought some of those ideas, kind of like got together with El Rey Network, and now they have this big promotion where the producer and director is Ricardo Rodriguez. I think Ricardo Rodriguez. Well, his last name is Rodriguez. He's the big director behind Dust to Dawn. He's very popular. And the guy from one of the producers and from the Survival series, he's behind that too. The show is filmed in Hollywood, not in Hollywood, but in California, and it has a very big names behind it. The producers, the directors. Like I say, the show is owned by the network, kind of like what WCW back in the day was owned by Turner Network. Where this one is owned by a Red Network. But the difference between WCW and this promotion is that this promotion has some heavy hitters behind it. You could see Conan imagination and input throughout. The wrestlers had a lot of more freedom or expressing themselves, and it's it come off like kind of like a soap opera per se. A little bit, it comes up a little bit like a soap opera, or and like it has cut scenes. It's very Hollywood like. You got it's like a mixture of soap opera and wrestling. It's like a wrestling soap opera per se, and it's good. It's good, and I'm enjoying that right now. I'm there's certain things that are kind of cheesy. I'm gonna get into it on last week's show. The show comes on Wednesday nights on the Red Network. If you don't know where the Red Network is at, you gotta go Google it, and you're gonna see it's like a yellow crown, and it says El Rey Network, and there's a feature on the website where you could put your location, and it shows you the channel where they are broadcasting in your area. So make sure you check it out. It's a good channel. They also have like marathons of Miami Vice, and on Thursdays they have a kung fu night. So you're into those old kung fu movies like Shaolin Temple and all those good fun to watch movies. They got that too. So, but back to the wrestling show. This show started last year in October. They have about 13, they're about 13 to 14 episodes in, so it's pretty much brand new, and the show is great, man. They what they did, they brought in superstars. Like, I'm not talking about leftovers. I'm talking about in their prime superstars from Mexico. You have to, when you're watching it, if you want to know who these guys are, you Google it, and you some of them is in Wikipedia, others are, you just guide you to the AAA, and when you go into the AAA, start looking for AAA matches, you see that these guys were like really, really big, very, very famous over there. And Conan and the network brought him into the United States, and they are really good, man. These guys are professionals. They know what they're doing. They don't talk much. They're not this is not WWE, where you're gonna hear wrestlers just talk and talk and talk. No, they're all about action and in the mat, on the square circle, and that's it. So you do get, like I say, it's like a soap opera. So they, in the background, there's a storyline. The storylines building up, and where the wrestlers are of course, are part of that storyline, and it ties everything together very professionally, very well done. There's nothing sloppy about it. They are some in my opinion, that's just my opinion. I'm not getting to it real in a minute about the last match, last Wednesday. I just finished watching it, and I explained to you what some things are kind of cheesy to me, but that's just my opinion. But overall, the show hasn't disappointed me. I have been entertained by it. I don't fall asleep like I do watching Raw or watching any event from WWE, or I don't even watch TNA anymore. But anyway, last week's show, you have 3 matches. Every Wednesday there's only 3 matches. It's only an hour show, and they rotate the wrestlers, where the wrestlers, they get the rest, and some of them do go back to Mexico and wrestle. So they get, like, they don't see the same wrestlers every single Wednesday. They have a large rotation, and they go back and forward with the storylines. So one Wednesday you get the storyline, the next Wednesday you get another different storyline, then the other Wednesday coming after that, they might revisit the storyline for the previous Wednesdays, not necessarily the one that just passed. I understand why they revisit these storylines, and it's pretty good. Believe me, trust me. Now, last Wednesday they introduced the Trios Championship. They have this Aztec theme to it, which is pretty neat. You bring this Aztec warrior kind of theme into wrestling. I respect that. And I don't mind. But they're introducing this new title. They call the Trios title. Instead of tag team, it's a trio. It's three man team, or 3 people team. And they started that last Wednesday. Now, Big Rick, if you when you see him, you'll remember Big Rick used to be Ezekiel Jackson in WWE. He is signed to this wrestling promotion. Big Rick came in with two other guys, and he got betrayed. They show you that at the beginning. He was betrayed by these guys, so now he came back with 2 new guys. One of them is his cousin. Another guy is called Deadshot or something like that. And they come in, there's 2 black guys, and join Big Rick. So Cuervo, which is the guy who runs apparently the owner, Kayfabe, the owner of the promotion, he offering Big Rick an opportunity to be part of the tournament for those 3 championship belts. So Big Rick said, okay, no problem, he'll accept and whatnot. Okay, anyway. So then this lady called Sexy Star, he teamed Sexy Star with Superfly and Pentagon Jr. girls, the ladies, the lady wrestlers in this promotion actually wrestle. They are talented. They are as good as the main counterparts when it comes to wrestling moves and stuff like that. Of course, they're not as strong, but they are agile. They are good. They know and they match well. They're not scrubs like other promotions, or just eye candy like other promotions. So that was the main event. You have Big Mac, Deadshot, and Big Rick against Sexy Star, Pentagon Jr., who is Beast, and Superfly. But on the first match, it was Johnny Mundo, who used to be, when you see him, you know who he was back in WWE. Johnny Mundo and Angelico. Angelico is a Canadian wrestler. He was in AAA and other Mexican promotions. He wrestled out of Africa, but he's actually Canadian. But I'm not a fan of Angelico. Angelico, to me, he very kind of sloppy. When he has wrestled other wrestlers, he wrestled even women in this promotion, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter who he goes against. He tends to look sloppy to me. He's talented. Don't get me wrong, but he just look sloppy. It was a good match. Johnny ended up beating Angelico. It was a match that involved a lot of kicks and pretty much a lot of kicks, some high flying maneuvers, but it was I give it a C. I was entertained, but I cannot say wow, what a match. It would have been this match would have been pretty much a main event in WWE. So with that said, it wasn't that bad, but it's a C caliber match in my opinion. The second match was Drago and Aerostar. Now, these guys have a best of 5 match, and every single match, with except this one, has been heavily involved. It has been a lot of acrobatics, a lot of different things. For some reason, this match, although it was entertaining, and I give it a B, because I'm comparing it to the matches they had before, and those matches were like an A. This match doesn't really compare to those other matches, but it was a B, and it was a good match. I was very entertained by it. There was some neat moves. Drago is really a beast. So Aerostar is very, very agile on the ropes. He moves very, very well, and he's very entertaining. If Aerostar would have won that match, he would have the series would have ended. Now the series is tied 2-2. So the next time they have their match, that will determine the winner. Of course, I knew that was going to happen, but that's going to determine the winner of the series, and they get like a big opportunity. Nobody knows what that is. Cuervo didn't say what that was, so we'll see when they have their next match. Every match they have before that match, they tend to have the sportsmanship between them, but on this last match, that was over with. They know what's in stake, so next match I expected to be like the best match out of the 4, like the ultimate. So we'll see. Now for the Drago won that match, like I said before, and out of the 4 matches that they had, this one was the worst. But it's still a B caliber. The other ones are A caliber. Now to the main event. Like I said, Big Rick, his cousin Mac, and Deadshot, and then again Sexy Star, Pentagon Jr, and Superfly. Now, Pentagon Jr. comes in after everybody's already in the ring, grabs the mic, he pay homage to his master, and he kind of call the he speaks Spanish, call the other two weaklings, and that was entertaining to me because I loving this, man. I'm telling you, they talk so much crap. I like it when they talk crap. I like it when they talk smack. So um, they get into a match, and I gotta say, Mac started the match. Now, when you look at Mac, they're supposed to be Big Rick's cousin. He's a heavy set dude. This is not a muscular type of dude. He's a heavy set guy. He's not huge like Big Rick or like Joe from TNA, who is just fat and sloppy. But he's big bone dude, But I'm telling you, man, this man, I was very impressed for his agility. This man moved as good as the short, smaller Mexican wrestlers. He is very agile, and I was impressed. He's very talented, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of this guy because this guy is really good. I really enjoy watching him on the square circle. He started the match with Pentagon Jr. It was good. Then Superfly sneaked in because Pentagon didn't want to tag anybody. So Superfly, when Pentagon Jr. was like in his corner, Superfly hit him on the back, tapped himself in, and then at that time, Mac taps in Deadshot. Now Deadshot, to me, he didn't look he's not bad, but he just didn't look as good as Matt, believe it or not. That shot is this skinny, scrawny looking black guy, tall black guy, and I can see that he has talent, but for this particular match, it didn't show to me. It didn't show that much to me. But I can see it. I just wish I can see more of it. And I'm looking forward to see what he got to bring to the table. I don't think that there was enough of it. But I think that I'm gonna be more impressed when I see him again on the match. It was chaotic, man, but it was good. It was good chaotic. People flying everywhere. Big Rick taking over the match, bullying everybody. It was very, very nice. The match ended with the Big Rick crew winning, and at the end of the match, Pentagon Jr. was so upset because Superfly got pinned. He was gonna break his arm, and Sexy Star jumped in and kicked Pentagon Jr. in the head. So we might probably see Sexy Star against Pentagon Jr. in the near future, going against each other. But overall, the whole event, I give it a B. In my opinion, it was a B. It was a B to me, and I was entertained by it. Now, before I forget, almost every single show, they will have cutscenes into the show, and this time around they revisit this thing with this Asian lady wrestler that has this wants to set revenge against this character who nobody has seen yet. He's supposed to be in a cage somewhere, and Cuervo has the key for the cage, and she wants to set revenge against that dude. Nobody has seen the dude. He's a mysterious character. Nobody knows who he is, and but she got kidnapped. Not last week, but a few weeks before, and they revisit that, and she talks about who kidnapped her. She's like writing on a diary who's kidnapping her, and her kidnapper took her away to train her so that she will be able to face the mystery wrestler or mystery guy that pretty much apparently killed her family, whatnot. So they show this cutscene, like all you see is the shadow silhouette of her being trained by this mask. His name is Aztec something, and that part right there, to me, was kind of cheesy. I didn't enjoy it too much. But I can see how people. Hey, no, no. My dog is chewing on the carpet. Anyway, I can see how that people might like that. So although I personally didn't care too much for it, I can see why some people might like it. So other than that, also another thing is about Lucha Underground. They have a live band playing music during the show. Which is a nice touch. I really like it, and they have different bands. It's not like you might see the same band making an appearance 2 or 3 shows, and then you'll see a different band come in and play, and I like that because it look like they are local talent. They're not like big star bands, and so they're giving an opportunity for everybody to eat pretty much. So I enjoy that very much. Like I say, I give this show a B. And if you haven't watched Lucha Underground, dude, you gotta watch this. Once again, it comes on the Red Network Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Google it, get that channel in your area, and watch this, man. You're gonna be entertained. If you like pro wrestling and you tired of the same stupid crap that you watch in WWE and TNA is just unwatchable to you, you need to check this out. Lucha Underground. You're gonna enjoy it. Believe me, you're gonna enjoy it. Peace, and till later, dog. Adios.